Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show presents the AEW Dynamite Ring Report. What AEW we have for you as Chris Jericho is entering commentary. He'll join JR, Tony Schiavone, and Excalibur at ringside for the commentary duration of the night. Also, huge tag team implications as Eddie Kingston and Pinto Mazzero goes against the Young Bucks, where the Young Bucks has this new look, trying to be more retro from the '70s. Oh God, yeah, you know how that go. And two, the Dark Order is they trying to build up Heyman Page to go after Kenny Omega for the AEW World Championship. Could we see that possibly happen? We'll talk about that. And Kenny Omega looking like Triple H. Man, what's going on with that? I don't know. Don't have a clue on that one. All this and more on the Pro Wrestling Show presents the AEW Dynamite Ring Report, and it starts right after this. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this special edition of the Pro Wrestling Show presents the AEW Dynamite Ring Report. I'm your host, as always, Kendra Diggs here on this live edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. Thank you all for watching this edition. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling Here on Connect. Like I said, hashtag Pro Wrestling. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. Thank you all for watching this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. Like I said, you could have been anywhere else, but you chose us here on the Pro Wrestling Show to give you coverage of the AEW Dynamite Ring Report. All right, let's get started with tag team action. As huge tag team implications was on the line, as as Pinto Mazzero and Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston been in the news lately about his love for AEW and how the company treats its fans and its wrestlers with respect. Didn't try to make mention to the other competition, but we knew he was talking about WWE. But what can you do about WWE? WWE is a business itself, like AEW is a business, but to each his own. Well, they had an opportunity to wrestle the Young Bucks, who came out with his new look. Where you can see Matt Jackson looking like he's got a new goatee. Um, the Young Bucks and them were fighting. We know that implications online. If that Kingston and Penta won the match, they will earn themselves a championship match, a tag team title match next week on Dynamite, which led to them winning with a lot of shenanigans, a lot of distractions. But at the end, Kingston and Pinto Zero won the match. So we know next week the AEW World Tag Team titles will be on the line as Young Bucks defend the World Tag Team titles against Penta Zero and Eddie Kingston. And a person who close to me said, "What happened to Penta's tag team partner, Phoenix? Phoenix?" I said, "Phoenix probably out of an injury, but Eddie Kingston's in a way, and Eddie Kingston got a partner. Eddie Kingston's partner, Moxley, hasn't been seen. Maybe he's taking sabbatical to enjoy his baby like he's having with Renee Young. So that could be a possibility. So next week, tag team match, world tag team titles on the line as the Young Bucks defend against Penta Zero and Eddie Kingston next week, as you see right here on the screen. So it's gonna be real good to see that. Also, too, Miro was in action. Miro defended the TNT Championship. Miro describes himself, claims himself as God's favorite champion. Miro saying he prays to God for strength, guidance, and endurance. Miro defended his TNT Championship against Brian Pillman Jr. What was the easy bait match for that? Miro retained with that submission. So Miro, looking forward to a lot this week, but he defended his TNT gold. So we don't know what's next for Miro. You got to be wondering what's next for Miro going forward, but we had to wait and see. Also, too, Britt Baker was in action. She teamed up with her tag team partner Reba, whatever her name is, when they went against Figueroa and Nia Rose. If you recall, Nia Rose had the ruined Britt Baker celebration when she threw all those Big Macs out of nowhere and made fun of Big Baker. Well, it was a tag team match. Britt Baker teamed up with her tag team partner Rebel, and they went against Nia Rose and Figueroa. It looked like I was wondering who's the heel and stuff, but we see that Britt Baker is going to be the baby face, and Nia Rose going to be the heel. Well, Figueroa tried to make cheap shots throughout the match with Britt Baker. Rebel tried to hold her own, but at the end, Figueroa tapped out to the that move that Britt Baker loves doing. Figueroa didn't see that coming, so now Britt Baker got attacked from behind by Rebel, by not Rebel, but what's her name? Nia Rose. So now that's what it's gonna be. We don't know it's gonna be a championship match. We just don't know for sure. You can tell it's coming soon and shortly on that. Also, too, hey man, well, Ethan Page had a message for Darby Allin and told him that they're gonna have a casket match next week. Well, Darby Allin kind of took exception to that and went and attacked Ethan Page with the help of Sting. Sting's been an aide to Darby Allin ever since. But now Darby Allin will not get an opportunity to go against Ethan Page as he wanted to have in that casket match. So we just don't know how this is going to play out down the road. Will Darby Allin get a chance to go against Ethan Page in a casket match? We just have to wait and see on that one. You know that Chris Jericho also was on commentary. He was commentating all the matches, and he really wanted to commentate the match between Sammy Guevara and MJF, but we'll get to that later on in the show. Also, too, what else happened? They did a tribute at the for the pandemic era at Daly's Places. They're about to end. Tonight was the last night for them to have their, their lab event in the Daly's Place. So next week they'll be on the road for Road Razor. They'll start in Miami and go from there. So look for that. Also, too, the well, Evil Uno, I meant to say Evil Uno. Kenny Omega asked, "Is anyone worth the challenge?" Well, Evil Uno came out there and I guess spoke on behalf of Heyman Page without Heyman Page even knows the behest of his own, opinion, behest of his own knowledge that he said you have him defeat Heyman Page. Now, if you recall the history between Heyman Page and Kenny Omega, they were tag team champions, and they won the tag team gold. Was a phenomenal match when they went against somebody that went in the tag team titles. I think the Bucks or somebody, the current champions. Well, now full circle. Now a year later, Kenny Omega is the world heavyweight champion, the AEW champion, and he said Heyman ain't got the opportunity, don't have the mindset to do so, and Heyman confronted his fellow compadres, the Dark Order, and said that, hey, I didn't appreciate y'all going on bad enough for me to get a world title match. And all of them said that Heyman ain't afraid of Kenny, but he's just fearful. And Heyman doubted himself. Heyman looked at himself and said, you know what? Who knows? I could take the championship. And that's what it looked like it's going. It's going to go to that far and going to go to that reach. That Heyman Page will probably face Kenny Omega for the world title at All Out in Chicago. So that could be a match for world title implication. We just don't know if Heyman wants to go for that challenge and puts his fears upon that and try to say, you know what, I'm going to go forward. So we'll see on that. Also, too, was the match where, oh no, I forgot to this right here. Does Kenny Omega remind you of Triple H from when Triple H had that goatee that little beard. Well, Triple H. Well, he's trying to be Triple H himself. So maybe trying to be the Triple H of AEW. Not Cody was, but might digress. Also, too, well, what this is, yeah, they saying that Heyman's a reliable carrier. The Dirt Sheet Radio said that, so they're hitting a home run with Heyman. Heyman could be in the running to become the next World Heavyweight Champion. We'll just have to wait and see on that one. Also, too, congratulations in order to Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy out here doing the thing. Jungle Boy, the first person to win 50 wins in AEW history. That's impressive. Even too, when you win the match, you get the girl. And you seen pictures circulating that Jungle Boy is dating Anna Jay of the Dark Order. Jungle Boy, he even had what I'm saying what Jungle Boy did. Jungle Boy, he a player. Jungle Boy said, you know what, I'm gonna get what's mine. And Jungle Boy doing the thing. Jungle Boy said, hey, see, we got a picture of Jungle Boy with that. Trying to see. I mean, Jungle Boy said, you know what? But we'll show you this weekend on the Pro Wrestling Show. This late on the weekend edition with Jungle Boy and Anna Jay confirmed their relationship. So we know next week. We know next week. Um, okay, there's Team Taz. That's distinction between Team Taz. You can tell right there with Cage and Ricky Starks. They gonna explode. Ain't nothing Taz gonna do about it. Taz probably side with, you know what I'm saying? Cage wanted to do things on his own. So look for that coming soon than later. So next week, we know that Andrade, I hate saying that last name, but Andrade will be in action. Next week, he'll make his AEW debut when he takes on Matt Sydal. So Andrade didn't like being disrespected by Matt Sydal. Matt Sydal just interrupted Andrade. Andrade said he might have a big surprise. We're just waiting to see on that. What that big surprise could be. Could it be Selena Vega? Could she be making her debut in AEW? That's one thing I say WWE did wrong. WWE had it with Andrade, Selena Vega. Now it's Black. Now if AEW gets them, I mean, WWE is in the error of their ways for real. Sometimes you gotta look at talent, not look at height and ability gonna matter, but you can't always look at height. You gotta look at the person's talent and see can they go. That's what how WWE rolls. Also, too, in the mixed tag team match, Orange Cassidy teams up Chris Statlander to go against the Bunny and the Blade. Well, we'll see this mixed tag team match, and I bet you that by the bottom line, Orange Cassidy gonna do something shenanigan to win this match. I'm telling you. Also, too, Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, with Arn Anderson in his corner, taking on former business partner, former friend QT Marshall with Aaron Solo and Nick Khan in his corner. So we know that Cody Rhodes wants some revenge, and then he'll get it in a South Beach scrap match. So be better than what they had on Monday Night Raw between Elias and whatever Rucker. So we'll see that tomorrow night, or not tomorrow, next Wednesday night. They'll be back on the road. Also, too, six-man tag team match. That's the Inner Circles, Jake Hager, Santana Ortiz with Conan in their corner. To take on the team of the Pinnacle, Warlow and FTR with Tully Blanchard in their corner. You can tell last week it was a war of words between Conan and Tony Blanchard. Warlow and Tony Blanchard, not Conan and Tony Blanchard, where FTR disguised themselves as Santana Ortiz, Pride and Powerful, to attack Conan and leave Conan laying for dead. So next week, the Inner Circle can get their hands on FTR and Warlow, and also Conan can probably get his hands on Tony Blanchard. That's a War of Wars too. So we'll see on that. And you doubt the Inner Circle and the Pinnacle was done there, where its two leaders will have a standoff next week. I mean, they went from La Debier to a standoff to, I mean, it was MJF joining the group. So next week, it's going to be a standoff. Chris Jericho and MJF. Where it's going to be? what the ramifications is. Jericho said that MJF got something up his sleeve. MJF has a stipulation to add to the match. We don't know what it could be. Um, I'm thinking like a retirement match. That would MJF gonna probably want to retire Chris Jericho from the ring permanently. Could be a possibility, but we'll have to wait and see on that. So we'll see next week. All right. I think this, and then too, Sanjay Dutt. We heard reports that he left WWE. So Sanjay Dutt left WWE. Don't be surprised Impact or AEW. I'll be surprised he go back. I won't be surprised he go back to Impact, but I would be surprised to go to AEW and make a difference there. You know, it ain't all about the money all the time. If you know the talent, you know the building, do it. You know, don't never let nobody hold you back on what you're trying to accomplish and what you're trying to get at. Because you know, certain people in this world, and I'm not knocking everyone. Some people will get it, some people won't. But at the end of the day, you know, it takes a team. Just like how we're dealing with the pandemic, it took everybody to get vaccinated and get shots and be like, you know what, we got to work together. But you know, you got certain people that just don't. They got different agendas and different, you know, things going on. But you know, it is what it is. But you can do your best and be the best you can be and be yourself. And don't let nobody change you from what you are. All right. All right, y'all. Thank you all. I mean, thank you all for watching this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show presents the AEW Ring Report. We should be back this hopefully Friday or Saturday of the weekend for the SmackDown Ring Report. Don't forget, you know, pro wrestling fans, tell people about the Pro Wrestling Show. Thank you for watching. We're trying to get the pro wrestling audience to, you know, watch something new and different and alternative. That, you know, thank you for watching. We thank you. So for me being Kendra Dix saying so long, good night, and we'll see you this weekend. I mean this weekend for another edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. See you later.